Hello people of the internet, welcome back to the third episode of the Yugioh Project, a project where I'm trying to make a somehow playable deck for every character that has ever made an appearance in any media of the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise, either anime, manga or book. The decks are going to be constructed according to these 6 on-screen rules that I have established. The character of the episode was suggested to me by a dear viewer of the channel who messaged me his wish personally, so I could not turn him down. And he chose Mr. Armstrong and his Iron Chain deck. What an amazing choice. Mr. Armstrong, or Takasu, as he is known in Japanese anime, is a prison guard with a sadistic personality and rude manners, which often includes stuffing his nose hair into other people's faces or framing his prisoners for whatever crime he can think of. He's a quite big chap and a tad bit overweight, and is also a personal bodyguard of Rex Goodwin when on prison visit. His daily job consists of electrocuting prisoners in his prison and eating rice balls and takeout. For more information about this famous policeman, please read his Wikipedia, which I will link in the comments below. In the anime, Mr. Thick Arms plays Iron Chain deck, a deck which is focused on milling his opponent out with an occasional burn effect and even rarer synchro summon. His cards are not the worst cards ever printed, but they severely lack synergy. Thus I had a lot of problems when building this deck, but I eventually found a good deck recipe on Maya's YouTube channel, which I could not top, so I will link the original deck in the comments below. Please check Maya's channel out because it has tons of useful deck recipes, which are very well made and seriously impressive. But I could not just copy Maya's deck because it was too anime inaccurate and it did not fulfill my designated rules and conditions, so I had to swap many cards to make the deck rule compliant. Consequently, is my version of the deck not so competitive, but way funnier in my opinion. So let's take a look how the deck turned out. To start off the deck, I'm playing 3 normal monsters, 1 Royal Guard and 2 Machine Attackers. Those are in the deck to be summoned with urgent schedule, and I also like the art. If you want 100% TCG compliant deck, run still Ogre Grottos over this, but I like the art of the first ones better. Then we are playing 3 copies of Iron Chain Repairman, a monster which is quite awesome as it acts as a monster reborn and is also searchable by Roda. Then 3 copies of Iron Chain Call, which is the main tuner of the deck. 3 copies of the Snake, which can mill out your opponent quite nicely if they don't happen to play Link or XYZ monsters. Then 3 copies of Iron Chain Blaster to burn your opponent a bit, and to round off the monster lineup, 1 Magical Hound, because it is a tuner and can also bounce opponent's spells and traps back to their hand. Then for spells, 1 Roda to Surge Blacksmith Boy, 1 card distraction to deal with the dead hands and to destroy opponent's deck, 1 Monster Reborn to reborn a monster, 1 MST because Mr. Takeout has played it instead of Harpy's Featherwand, 1 Called by the Grave to stop opponent, then 3 Urgent Schedules which serve as a main playmaker of the deck because they can make synchros really fast and efficiently, then 3 Demises of the Land to search and activate the Forbidden Field spell, then 2 Poison Chains to mill our opponent a bit, then 2 Paralyzing Chains to annoy our opponent a little bit more, then the almighty Forbidden Field spell that should not be named, and if you play in the OCG, please run another copy of Called by the Grave and another Paralyzing Chain instead of 2 copies of the Forbidden Field spell, 1 Metaverse to search and activate the Forbidden spell, 2 copies of Dark Factory of more production to discard junk cards and hopefully draw some less garbage ones, and finally 3 Soul Levies to mill our opponent out even more. Then for extra deck, we are playing 1 Crocodile Dragon, which helps in this deck a lot because it can pop almost everything and is easily summonable, 1 Draco Berserker of Tenny for potential OTKs and disruption effect, 1 Omega because it's annoying, 1 Samurai Destroyer because it's decent and nobody in the franchise plays it, 3 copies of our boss monster Iron Chain Dragon to mill our opponent, 1 Samsara Dragon to crash and revive an opponent's monster from their graveyard, 1 Link 5 Senpai Kaiju monster to get rid of any monster if you happen to pull off its summon, 1 Draco Masters of Tenny to stall and beat over other monsters, then the Nightmare Toolbox, 1 Misos Radiant for extra attack points, and 1 Bike Bay Masquerena because she's soft and can make our links extra thick. Please use these decklists responsibly, as it may cause some headaches, flipped tables, or smashed keyboards. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. I will do one of these lists once a week if possible for starters. Please leave a comment and tell me which character should I do next. Cheers!